According to the Federal Reserve Bank, the median household income in America right now is just under $71,000, which is actually a little bit lower than where we were back in 2019, which I just thought was a little bit interesting. So if your household is making $71,000 a year and you go out and you say, I'm going to save 10% of my income, which actually is more than what the average American is saving. The average American today is saving just under 5% of their income according to the Federal Reserve Bank. So if you're saving 10% of your income, well, you're already doing more than double what the average American is doing. That means you're putting aside $7,100 a year into your savings. Now, the one nice thing about saving your money today as opposed to 2 years ago is that today you have some high interest savings accounts that are paying 3, 4, even close to 5% in interest on your savings. And yes, these are FDIC insured banks. So if you have $10,000 already put aside and you can put aside an additional $7,100 a year, and let's just say that you can get a 4% interest rate on your savings, which many banks are paying nowadays, that means it's going to take you 10 years to grow your money to $100,000. This is the lowest risk and also the lowest reward option because it's going to take you 10 whole years to do it. But on the low risk side, it's low risk in the sense that you just got to keep working your job, putting money away, and just keep saving the money. The risk now here is, what is the $100,000 actually going to be worth in 10 years, because we're still facing high inflation. So 10 years from now, the $100,000 isn't going to have the same buying power as today. This brings me to the second option, which is you passively investing your money to grow it to the $100,000. This means you're going to take the $10,000 that you have in your bank and you're going to put this money to work. Either you're going to use this money as a down payment to buy a rental property or a home, or you're going to use this money and invest it into the markets. And then as you make more money, you're going to keep investing more money, kind of like what you did in the savings number, where let's say you're putting aside 10% of your income every year to keep putting it away into your investments. That way you can grow this money and get it to the $100,000 sooner. The number one difference between passively investing your money and saving your money is risk, because when you put your money into the stock market, there's a chance that your money can go down. And because there's a chance your money can go down, you're going to expect a higher reward versus just keeping your money in the bank. Because if you put $1,000 into the bank today, you're going to go there tomorrow and expect $1,000 to be there. If you put $1,000 into the stock market today, you will expect that number to change. Maybe it'll just be $1 or $2 up or down, but you expect that number to change. And so when you have this higher level of risk, that also comes with higher potential reward. So the historical average stock market and real estate return has been somewhere between 7 to 10% a year, and this includes factoring in the recessions and market crashes that we've seen pretty much every decade for the last century. But if you can grow your money by, let's just say, 7% a year, and assuming that we don't see any sort of recession or market crash in the near future, now you put $10,000 into the market. You're putting an additional $7,100 a year into the market, and now you can grow your money by 7% a year. Based off of these numbers, it is going to take you 8 years for your money to grow from $10,000 to $100,000. Now you might hear that and say, but Jaspreet, that's not that much different of a return than me just saving my money. That's going to take me 10 years. This has more risk in only 8 years, and you're right. But the difference between investing your money into the market and savings is, number one, you can see potentially higher returns in the markets. And number two, the real compounding effect is over the long term, because when you get higher returns for a longer period of time, that's when your returns really start to grow and compound and add up even more. If you took this money and you invested it into a rental property, it's a little bit different now, because number one, you're going to be getting rental cash flow, which ideally you can reinvest, but you can't just throw that money back into another property, because that means you need enough money to use as a down payment or to finance the entire purchase of a new property. So unlike the stock market, where you can easily put in $7,100 a year, $500 a month, whatever it is, you can't just put $500 into real estate every single month, because you actually have to go out and buy a physical property. So if you passively invested your money, it's going to take you around 8 years to take that $10,000 and grow it to $100,000. If you enjoyed this short clip from a longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you got to do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.